What if I told you that the life you've been taught to desire, the big house, the fancy car, the endless grind, is the very thing keeping you from real peace? You see, we spend years building a life that looks good on the outside, only to feel hollow on the inside. What if your exhaustion, your anxiety, your constant search for more isn't a flaw, but a signal? A signal that it's time to stop chasing and start simplifying. Because sometimes, having less doesn't just give us more. It gives us everything we've truly needed all along. Since childhood, we've been conditioned to believe that success means accumulation. More money, more possessions, more achievements. But no one tells us that every more comes with a cost. More maintenance, more stress, more pressure. I once interviewed a CEO who admitted he had everything money could buy, but still couldn't sleep. His exact words were, "My life looks amazing, but I don't feel it." When did we confuse being busy with being fulfilled? We often talk about owning things, but rarely do we realize how often our things own us. Every item requires care. Every subscription steals a bit of our time. Every commitment chips away at our mental bandwidth. We fill our lives with clutter, physical and digital, until there's no space left to think, breathe, or just be. Have you ever looked at your closet, your garage, your inbox, and felt suffocated? That's not a coincidence. That's the cost of overconsumption. Minimalism is often misunderstood. It's not about deprivation, it's about focus. When you remove what doesn't matter, what does matter becomes crystal clear. Famous thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, the Buddha, and even modern creatives like Marie Kondo and Steve Jobs embraced this principle. They simplified, not because they were weak, but because they wanted clarity and freedom. In a world of noise, simplicity becomes a revolutionary act. You'd think having unlimited options would make us happy. But the opposite is true. Psychologists call it the paradox of choice. The more options we have, the more anxious and less satisfied we become. Ever spent 30 minutes scrolling Netflix only to give up? Or walked out of a store overwhelmed? It's not you, it's the system. The overload of options paralyzes our ability to choose. Simplicity frees us from that paralysis. It restores trust in our instincts. A few years ago, I hit burnout. My career looked successful, but my heart was empty. So I made a radical decision. I sold most of my belongings, quit several commitments, and moved into a smaller, quieter space. At first, I was terrified. But something beautiful happened. I started waking up without dread. I had time to reconnect, with myself, with loved ones, with nature. The less I carried, the more space I had for life. Here's a challenge. If your house caught fire, what 5 items would you grab? It's not just a survival question, it's a clarity test. Most of what we own doesn't define us. We keep things out of guilt, habit, or fear. But what truly matters is often very little. Try this exercise. It may shock you how much you've been holding on to just because you never questioned it. You can have $1 million and still feel empty. Or you can have very little and feel rich in time, peace, and purpose. The true luxuries are invisible. A quiet morning, a conversation with depth, the ability to be fully present. Simplicity unlocks those luxuries, not by adding, but by subtracting. We spend our best years chasing things that don't matter, while what we really need has always been within reach. What if success isn't having the most, but needing the least? Not status, not applause, but peace, clarity, a sense of wholeness that doesn't depend on your salary or square footage. True success is being able to look at your life and say, I have enough. I am enough. This isn't giving up. It's waking up. Look around you. Every object, every task, every goal, ask yourself, does this add meaning or just noise? Because when you let go of what weighs you down, you rise. And maybe the life you've always wanted doesn't cost more. Maybe it costs less. If this video sparked something in you, don't just scroll away. Pause, reflect, and ask yourself, what can I simplify today? And if this message resonated, hit like, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel. Because here, we don't just chase better, we redefine what better really means.